In this video, I'm going to go over how to install the Zorin OS in just a couple of minutes. Zorin OS is a Linux-based operating system that looks and feels a lot like Windows, without all the junk that comes with Windows. And it's able to run on modern systems as well as your old PC. You know, that PC that Windows said you could no longer use and needed to pay to upgrade because they weren't going to support it? Now, did I mention that it was free? In other words, you don't have to go out and purchase a license to build a computer, especially now that Windows is getting to where they're discontinuing support for older operating systems. Now let me show you how to install Zorin. Go to the Zorin OS website and click on Download Zorin in the middle of the page. Once you've clicked on that, you have options. Just scroll down till you see the free option. You don't have to take the educational version, and click on Download. You don't have to give them your email address, they just ask for it, but then below it you can skip to Download. You'll click on How to Install Zorin OS and download the install media, which is an image file that will be used on a USB to be installed. So it tells that you need to have about a 16 gig USB drive, and scroll down to download the bootable USB install software. This piece of software will then be installed, and you'll click on here to get the file. You'll select the image file. It will walk you through it, and it will show your USB, and then you'll click flash, and then it will install or prepare the USB drive with an image that can be used to do the install. It's pretty straightforward. Just click, click, click. Once that flash is completed and it's ready to go, now take the USB drive and put it in the computer. When you go to boot the computer, you need to be ready to hit the F12 key on your computer, especially for Dell computers, and select to boot from the USB. As it boots, you should get the option to select to install Zorin OS. Some of these other options are to let you just boot into the drive so that you can actually try it without doing an install. It also will let you to install without any special graphics drivers, or into a safe mode, so you can test your computer or get the install without any drivers for the video. It also has the option to install it with some special NVIDIA drivers in case you have an NVIDIA graphics card. So after it goes through checking the files to make sure they're ready to go, and then it gets those loaded, you get to a point where you get to a graphical interface again, where you can make just a couple of selections. Install Zorin OS. Other one is to try it, and that won't do an install. Here you select your keyboard, which in this case is English, and hit continue. There are some special drivers for graphics card and Wi-Fi that you can just leave these defaults selected. It also says it's going to either, you can choose to have it install it as a separate partition, or you can have it install and just overwrite, which in this case I'm just making a fresh system, so overwrite, and it warns you about that that you're going to erase everything. You choose the time zone and then give it a username and password and say go. It doesn't take it very long. These operating systems are very thin, so they're able to run without a whole lot of stuff on there. So it's able to do a quick install and then say complete, and it's going to let you know that it needs to restart. One of the reasons why some of these pictures are a little bit more grainy is have to do with the camera, because of course the computer is not running. As it goes around and gets ready to boot, it's going to let you know when it's time to take out the USB that you have stuck in there, and then when you do, it will boot into the operating system, and this is what it looks like. It really is that simple. You get a welcome and a little tutorial about some of the things when you first start it up, and you can select how you want it to look. So here's one small caveat that you want to pay close attention to before you get started. Any system that you choose, if you're going to run into an issue, it's most likely going to be a graphics card issue. The graphics card support is now much better within a lot of these newer versions of Linux, and most of the onboard graphics cards will work fine, as well as some of the higher end graphics cards. But if you have an older random card like I do in this computer, you may have issues with the graphics. If you do see these issues, to fix them, try removing the graphics card and use the onboard graphics, or just find a compatible card and you're all set. The reality is that no matter how great a video we make, you hold the key to our success. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.